Speak on the first night of the Democratic convention in Chicago, supporting Vice President Harris as his replacement.
Senator Amy Klobuchar said that there are going to be tears of joy when President Biden walks into this hall tonight because he, quote, literally saved democracy and beat Donald Trump. And Democrats see his decision to abandon his reelection bid as another heroic act in that effort.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Chicago. This morning, House Republicans detailed their allegations in the Biden impeachment inquiry. Fox's Brooke Singman reports they claim the president helped his family make money in overseas business dealings.
As vice president, President Biden actively participated in this conspiracy by, among other things, attending dinners with his family's foreign business partners and speaking to them by phone, often when being placed on speakerphone by his son, Hunter Biden.
Democrats have called the inquiry a political stunt, lacking evidence of wrongdoing. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in Israel, continuing his push for a ceasefire for Gaza.
It is time for everyone to get to yes and to not look for any excuses to say no.
Blinken just met with the prime minister, but Hamas is rejecting the latest offer, claiming that Benjamin Netanyahu changed the terms. Ukrainian troops remain inside Russia, working to cut off supply lines in a counter-invasion. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is creating a buffer zone
to, in his words, destroy as much Russian war potential as possible. Officials claim Ukrainian forces have destroyed 2 bridges used to supply Russian troops. Moscow has called the incursion a major provocation and promised to strike back. Their military is making gains of its own in eastern Ukraine.
And in the city of Kharkiv today, Ukrainian authorities are ordering families to evacuate as Russian troops close in. 2 people are missing in Oxford, Connecticut. After heavy rain, a foot in some areas caused flash flooding. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family. Together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
The Democratic convention starts the day after 2 polls from ABC and CBS give Vice President Harris the lead over former President Trump. He will campaign before tonight's speeches in York, Pennsylvania. Some Republicans urge him to stop personally attacking Harris.
South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is a staunch supporter of former President Donald Trump, but has been at times critical of him. On NBC's Meet the Press, Senator Graham said given how close this election could be, he urges the former president to focus his message.
His policies are good for America, and if you have a policy debate for president, he wins. Donald Trump, the provocateur, the showman, may not win this election.
Senator Graham adds a specific message is what Republicans need with less than 3 months to Election Day. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
There is a search at sea near Sicily after a luxury yacht sank in bad weather. 1 person is dead. The Italian Coast Guard is searching for 6 others missing. 15 were rescued. On Wall Street, stock futures are barely budging after last week's big gains. The transition to digital for just about everything continues, with another state readying virtual driver's licenses.
California has already been issuing a digital version of a driver license. They call it a mobile driver license, and it's been available through a proprietary app as part of a pilot program. But coming soon, California's digital IDs will be available to work with the wallet apps from both Apple and Google. They join just a handful of states that have developed digital driver licenses and state ID cards, including Arizona and Georgia. Often the law requires drivers to have their actual license with them in addition to the digital one on their devices. Eben Brown, Fox News.
NASCAR drivers will be out at Michigan Speedway this morning after rain postponed yesterday's race. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, the family of Son DeMasi and their attorneys pushing for legislation that would strengthen Illinois Safety Act. That legislation would create a national database for police officers that would include infractions like DUIs, the measure designed to prevent the hiring of officers like former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson, who's charged in Massey's murder. Illinois is awarding more than $5 million in loans to licensed social equity cannabis dispensaries. Through the program, 23 qualified licensed social equity dispensaries are receiving $240,000 direct forgivable loans financed by the state of Illinois. City of Urbana and Urbana Police are offering leniency in some parking enforcements within University of Illinois move-ins. With the arrival of students, police advise drivers and pedestrians to get familiar with Urbana laws around campus. From 6A on August 18th through the 25th, their Parking Enforcement Division will not enforce restricted areas of the campus district. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, good Monday morning. It is August 19. It is dark when we wake up, Solye. It's dark, man.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. It was so nice a couple of months ago when the sun was up you could practically see it almost before 4 in the morning a little bit. So.
Yeah, well, we're thankful to be alive. It is a new week, and here we are.
True.
I wouldn't, if I were you, just wander around the United Center this week down there, fella. I wouldn't mess around with that. So
No. Mrs. Weather Forecaster is not going downtown for work this week. They have been given the remote work badge this week.
Well, what does it say, though, when your main concern when you host an amazing event like the Democratic National Convention, your main concern is plywood? What does that say?
It's already been that from the news coverage and all that around here. Already places have been boarded.
No, I think there's a website like plywood.com or something crazy where they'll come and plywood your place.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody's way
that's already going on in the downtown area.
Well, I'm telling you, just be careful. If you're talking about 100,000 people and you got 1,700 of Chicago's finest. And then they called up the National Guard, a whole 250.
I know.
I'd get 20,000 people. I'd overwhelm
That's
them.
after, kind of a reduced ranks in the police department because of a general lack of support. So.
And they're calling Kamala Harris Killer Kamala. This is how pleased they are. You can't please them all, man. It's crazy.
Nope.
She's as far left as anyway. It's our meteorologist, Greg.
Yes. And it's a beautiful week ahead.
Yes, it is. And our weather this morning brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they work every day to improve the health of community members across the region. If you're looking for an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
Yeah, we are looking at a weekend wedding for our family.
Yes.
Christian and Riley on Saturday. We're excited, but the weather I think is going to hold up fine, Mr. Greg.
Yeah, picture perfect Chamber of Commerce, a nice break from, and we haven't had a lot of it, heat and humidity, fair amount of humidity this summertime season, and it may be a little warm out there for wedding festivities on Saturday. Temperatures well into the 80s in the afternoon, and we'll probably get to and even surpass 90-degree readings Sunday and at least into the first half of next week. So if you're looking for summertime and to head to the pool, yeah, if you're looking for the back 40 to get towards maturity, grow, develop, and all that kind of stuff, or even in early harvest mode, everything pointing towards a fantastic spell of weather here over the next 7, 10, 12 days. No organized rains in sight, mind you, but still lots of summertime on the maps and charts. And prior to that, some very comfortable overnight lows around here. We've got readings in the low 60s from 62 at Danville and 63 at Bloomington Normal, 62 over at the Kankakee, 63 now at Willard on a light northwesterly wind. Mainly a sun-filled day today. A few fair weather clouds west and south of Champaign and downwind of Lake Michigan. Might have a sprinkle this afternoon, but I don't think anything here in town or even Champaign County. Afternoon readings for the day-to-day expected to be very comfortable for the time of year. Should top out across the year a little bit below average, but we'll certainly enjoy it nonetheless. Probably heading towards an afternoon high into the upper 70s. Clear tonight, down to 55. Tomorrow sunny and 75. 77 on Wednesday. Upper 70s Thursday. Here come the middle 80s on Friday. 88 Saturday. Low 90s for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Yeah, thank you, Gregory. We the protesters in Chicago have planned this a long time. It's peaceful for some of them yesterday, but if the numbers are accurate, and who knows, it's all social media garb. We have no idea what's true, what's not true. But if there's 100,000 people in Chicago, and there'll be some that are agitators and hired hands and all these other things, but if they start throwing stuff, and start lighting fires, you're supposed to arrest those folks. But we'll see how that goes. I would think. Well, then what do they do with them? I mean, obviously you have 1,700 Chicago police and 250. That's not enough people. It's 100,000 versus 2,000. And they start busting through the lines. Then what? They just want to get on TV. I got a request in for Fox News television reporter Steve Harrigan. I don't know if we'll get him or not.
Okay.
But he's up there. He does all the war stuff. And he's prepared. But I don't know what you do if you are as far left of ticket that America has ever presented in Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, and then you call her Killer Kamala? Why? Because she doesn't want all the Jews dead? I mean, this is crazy talk. What are we talking about? You can't have a Hamas leader that isn't wanting any solution except for the Jews to die. That's their position. They want a one state, and it's their state. No two-state solution here. So how do you work with that?
Right.
What is the solution if, and by the way, some of our radical groups and some of those that are, LGBTQ, whatever, they wouldn't tolerate them in Hamas. They wouldn't even live. Why are you supporting that? Why are you supporting radicals that would kill you? I don't understand the logic. I really don't. I'm going, wait a minute, folks. If we're supposed to be civilized, this is 2024. We've evolved to civilization where we try not to kill each other, although we've done it a lot over the centuries. But I mean, dang. So I want a two-state solution where Palestine and Israel and here. Hamas doesn't want that. They don't want Israel. That's their position. It is so ridiculous. And yet we're calling her Killer Kamala. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Joe Biden is going to speak tonight, he and Jill, and then they're out of there. They don't need any tributes. I think they're still ticked off.
Okay.
And the New York Times editorial guy said, this is what happened to Joe Biden, but the Democrats won't use the word. It's called a coup. A Democrat said that.
Really?
It was kind of a coup. So the Bidens are doing their thing, playing along. They want a library. They want their parachute. They want all that stuff. So you better read the words and go away as a good boy, Joe. Good job. Get you some ice cream. So anyway, it's a stunning historic time we are living through and in. So it's Hillary also tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Bill Clinton's 78th birthday today.
He's on tomorrow.
Okay.
No, is it Obama on tomorrow? And then Bill Clinton Wednesday. Absent from this is who you thought might be president. Gavin Newsom's not on.
I see.
DS. I'm not sure. I thought he was big enough. J.B. Pritzker.
Yes.
Has a chance on the stage, big stage. He has aspirations to be president. There'll be a lot, no matter what, there'll be a lot of people running for president next time. If it's Kamala Harris, they're not going to cede to Tim Walz. There'll be a lot of people. It's just how far left can you go? If you can't appease all of the party and the progressives with this ticket, you're never gonna please them until it's absolutely their way. And then you got to decide: am I going to go along with all that, or am I going to say, you know what, killing everybody in Israel is just a little bit too far for me? Well, they're doing it in Gaza. Listen, October 7 was we all know what happened, even though they deny it. They deny video and evidence of all kinds. But anyway, it's a horrific time, but we cannot allow terrorists to run the world.
Right.
Can't do it. Okay, let's jump to morning sports. ESPN 93.5, 7:14. Diane Ducey.
All our local favorite ball teams losing yesterday. Here's Redbird recap.
Yesterday, the Cardinals dropped the series to the Los Angeles Dodgers by a score of 2-1. It was a good game, a close game, and the Cardinals were out hit 9-6. And it was a home run by Shohei Ohtani, his 39th of the year. They got the Dodgers on the board in the fifth inning, and that led them to the 2-1 victory. They scored another run as Mookie Betts scored in that inning on a base hit by Miguel Rojas. A home run later for Lars Nootbaar got the Cardinals on the board, but that was it, as the Dodgers pitching was just too good, and Clayton Kershaw picked up the victory, his best start of 2024. He picked up career win number 212. The loss went to Sonny Gray. He dropped to 11-8, giving up just 2 runs in 5 innings of work, as the Cardinals dropped to 61-63 with a loss to the Dodgers, 2-5 against the Dodgers in 2024. Off date today, the Cardinals take on Milwaukee tomorrow, and we hope you'll join us. This is Ricky Horton with today's Redbird recap.
The
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
So Toronto took one yesterday, 2-0 over the Cubs. But the Cubs won 2 out of 3, and the White Sox were beat by Houston 2-0. They've got San Francisco with an 8:45 start. The Cubs will start up a series against Detroit at 7:05 tomorrow, and you'll hear that over on US 105.9. Hearing more about one of the trending stories, Caitlin Clark with 23 points, and she just seems to be on a roll. Indiana Fever over Seattle 92-75 in WNBA action. Coach Shauna Green, Illinois women's basketball program, coming off a tour over in Europe where they won all the games, is part of the Diamonds, Desserts, and Distinction being honored on Thursday at City View on top of the Illinois Terminal. I'll be the MC for that. If you want to support local Girl Scouts, it's just an online search away to get involved in that. Illinois and Arkansas, Thanksgiving Day in Kansas City. That'll be a 3 o'clock game. So after the Chicago Bears, Thanksgiving is going to be fun for sports.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to be part of it, it is. Eat turkey.
Right.
Then watch Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that's ever happened. It's never happened on Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
There's never been a time like that. So, all right, ESPN 93.5, 7:17. Yeah, for us doing a Thanksgiving basketball game.
Yeah.
And then we've got the odd middle of February game with Duke at Madison Square Garden. I mean, Illinois basketball.
I know.
It's amazing. It really is. Week from Thursday, we have football. So tailgate and everything Thursday night, 8 p.m. a week from Thursday. It's Eastern Illinois. Camp's about to break, and here we go. What will the Illini do this year? Anybody want to make a prediction so that we can write it down?
359-2255.
Let me know, because I usually have a great feel. I think if the portal has thrown me off, I don't have much of a compass here.
Right.
I just don't know. I think it's going to come down to staying healthy, particularly on the front line.
Uh-huh.
Because generally, it's always kind of been a thing here for a very long time. We just aren't very deep. And when we lose our frontline guys, it just, changes.
Right.
So it's staying healthy is pretty difficult in athletics.
So we're 10 days out, and keep in mind the day before, on Wednesday the 28th at Pia's 1609 West Springfield Avenue, you'll want to stop by and say hi to Derek and Lon and get a little preview of that U of I versus EIU game.
Live at Pia's is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. Want a free evaluation? 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. All right, Monday, August 19, meteorologist Greg Solier bringing you the forecast.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Very pleasant spell of weather here over the past weekend. It continues on for the work week this week, and we get into summertime again here over the weekend, and it's a late season style of heat wave weather conditions to build in by Sunday and into a good part of next week. A little, if any, organized rain over the next 7 to 10 days for openers as well. So that moisture last week is going to have to hold for a while. Mostly sunny, pleasant weather for the day-to-day on this Monday afternoon. Temperatures with a gusty north wind to about 77. Could be a sprinkle up north towards the south end of Lake Michigan, parts of northwest Indiana, and south and west of Champaign, Urbana later this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening. 55 diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow. Sunny and 75 with a light northeast wind. Cool for the season with upper 40s tomorrow night. Sunny and 77. The outlook for the day on Wednesday. 78 on Thursday. But then comes Friday at 86, 88 Saturday, 91 Sunday, lower 90s early next week. Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Chip maker AMD is getting bigger. It is buying artificial intelligence equipment maker ZT Systems. AMD is based in Santa Clara, California. ZT is located in Secaucus, New Jersey. AMD will pay nearly $5 billion. Crude oil prices are lower. Brent crude is under $78 a barrel. Oil market watchers say the prospect of weak demand in China is offsetting any impact from risks to supply. Discount airlines are having a hard time filling seats because there's so much competition, so they're bundling some extra perks. The Wall Street Journal says they're offering extra legroom seats, checked bags, and alcohol. Frontier is charging from $69 to $99 extra for its business bundle. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown. Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tapman's Towing team of experienced tow professionals is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. All right, ESPN 93.5. In our studio is Tony Henson. Tony, tell people who you are. Get close to that microphone, Casey.
Okay. I am the president of the Native American Guardians Association, which is a national nonprofit organization that advocates for increased education about Native Americans in sports in the mainstream.
Okay, so we can go back to Chief Illiniwek. And when did all that start? When did...
I'm going to say probably even in the 70s there were murmurings, and then it really took hold like in the 80s, 90s.
Middle 80s, maybe late 80s.
Yeah.
Charlene, what was her name?
Teeters. Yeah.
Charlene Teeters.
Yeah.
She kind of was there. It was like 11 of them, right?
Not very many, but she started the protest outside the games.
About how it was inhumane and everything else, and Chief Illiniwek's racist and bigoted and all that stuff. Okay. So you put together a video.
A documentary.
Mm-hmm. And this is, I want people to hear just the beginning of it. Where did you get all your clips? Was it hard to find?
Actually, from the university's archives.
Okay, so available, public use, right?
Yeah. Well, I got permission.
What did they think of what you were doing?
Well, I didn't talk to like administration people. It was people over at the archives. Did talk to got an email from the band director that said it was fantastic. I don't mean to get him in trouble, but.
Well, I mean, it's history, right? It's our history.
It's the truth.
Yeah. All right, so when this all came down, it was evolution. It took a while before people said, yeah, I don't want the chief anymore. And finally, it was the 2007, 9, somewhere in there, finally the last dance at the Assembly Hall. Okay. And so at that point, though, you guys never said, okay, it's over, walk away. You just didn't. Why?
Well, I never went to the U of I, but I'm like a lot of people that I'm a fan of Fighting Illini athletics. And it was probably 2015, I made up my mind that I was going to solve this problem. And I thought, well, I took a look at what were the arguments of the opposition against the chief, and that it was basically that it was an inauthentic representation. And then I came up with well, what if it was authentic? What if you actually did have?
Well, then they say the Illini Nation doesn't exist anymore, all those things, right? I mean, that comes up.
Well, when you take a look at the video, it's called In Their Honor, ! And it's basically to rebut the documentary that was produced by Jay Rosenstein, professor at U of I, years and years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which is a hit piece on the chief. And so In Their Honor is, and the subtitle is The Origins and Meaning of Fighting Illini and the Incomparable 3-in-1 Tradition. So basically, what I was able to find out, because I didn't know any more than anybody else did, is that there's actually a meaning to the 3-in-1. So when they play the Pride of the Illini, it starts out with the words, "We are fighting for dear old Illini, for the men who are fighting for you." The men who were fighting for you were the World War I veterans at the time.
Right.
And then you take a look at the March of the Illini. It was composed with a tom-tom drum beat to acknowledge the Native American heritage on campus. Well, this is before the stadium was built. So we're talking pre-1924. The chief didn't come into play until 1926. So the Native American heritage that was on campus in all of the pamphlets and everything, because it was all about the stadium campaign that they were promoting, was about the Illini, the Native Illini tribe. So the March of the Illini is basically an homage to the Native Illini tribe. And then, of course, you have, the alma mater song to finalize it. So in that pattern, it tells you who Fighting Illini is. It has nothing to do with a bird.
Mm-hmm.
That is so stupid.
Somebody wants to put a bird in there, right? Yeah.
Right. It basically, what we're doing is paying tribute to the war veterans and the Native Illini. Now people, wonder, well, isn't Fighting Illini, about the Illini tribe? Actually, the nickname is about the war veterans. They call, the term Fighting Illini was used interchangeably
for World War I.
The World War veterans and the athletic teams.
Yeah. Well, when people say, okay, so why would we use an Indian when you massacred us and you took our land? I mean, you came in, those kinds of arguments. How do you guys?
Well, there is a way to appropriate the culture that is universally accepted in the Native American community, and it is through these authentic Native American presentations at halftime, pregame. You see what the Kansas City Chiefs do. They bring their local tribes together and honor them on the field. Mm-hmm. You see dance presentations even like at the NCAA venue this past year. They had Native American dance troupe on there. It's everywhere. You take a look at Major League Baseball. Everybody that's wanted to honor Native Americans have brought them on the field and share their culture. And so what we did is, with the 3-in-1, we went down to Quapaw, Oklahoma, and I have a friend. He's an enrolled member of the Peoria tribe, and the Peoria tribe is the remnant of the Illini tribe. And he put together he was the first student from the Peoria tribe to take advantage of the Illinois Heritage Scholarship. And he put together singers and dancers, different people, 8 of which had Peoria tribe ancestry. And we did an authentic presentation, and it's in the documentary, of what the 3-in-1 would look like, incorporating war veterans and authentic Native American singers and dancers. And everybody that sees it's floored by it.
It's a documentary in their honor. We're going to talk a few more minutes with Tony Henson here on the backside of the news. We'll do that coming up in just a few moments. Why is your passion so? Why the passion?
Well, I'm part Native American, and I'm a huge Fighting Illini fan, and I know the loss, especially when it comes at halftime, and that if this were to actually happen, it would be 99.9% of everybody would be cheering. So why can't we?
You couldn't put it to a vote. I mean, then they say, well, slavery was wrong too. I mean, it's hard to argue sometimes with the progressives and the far left, because you're just a racist bigot and you don't get it, and you're a hater, and all these terms that are very common today. But I think it was the beginning of kind of the woke, where everything is wrong if it doesn't please me, and you're a bad person because you're doing this. But the whole thing falls apart with the Florida State Seminoles and the guy riding in on the horse with the flaming spear. That's good.
Yeah.
See, that's just because common sense people go, wait a minute. If it's all bad, it's all bad. You can't allow that and not allow. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I spoke to a vice president at the university.
Let me get this on the backside. We're going to go to a hard break here on the news. Tony Henson, you got to watch it. It's available at their website, which is
nagaeducation.org.
Okay, we'll get more on the next segment here. 217-359-2255. You got any thoughts on the chief? It's 7:30.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Biden delivers a primetime address tonight at the Democratic National Convention from the United Center in Chicago with a damning report from 3 Republican House committees.
And they said their investigation found that President Biden engaged in impeachable conduct and said he abused his office and, quote, defrauded the United States to enrich his family.
Fox's Brooke Seaman in Chicago. Former President Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance are traveling to several battleground states this week. It's their counter-programming to the message from Democrats. The Secretary of State Antony Blinken meeting today with the Israeli Prime Minister. It lasted for about 3 hours.
Negotiators are set to resume their talks this week in Cairo, Egypt, to hammer out the details of a new U.S. bridging proposal aimed at closing the gaps between Israel and Hamas.
Fox's Trey Yanks in the northern port city of Haifa in Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. The Monticello police officer charged with disseminating child porn has resigned from the department. Rob Ross, the chief of Monticello Police, says William Griswold submitting a letter to the department in which he resigned from his position. The resignation does not, however, waive any criminal charges that may arise from the Monticello Police Department's investigation. Champaign Park District reminding residents of their monument to honor local Olympians. Young Champaign students look forward to school year, the Olympic and Paralympic tribute located at Dodds Park, which honors the extraordinary achievements of Champaign County residents who participated in the Olympic and Paralympic Games. City of Urbana and Urbana Police offering leniency on some parking enforcements with University of Illinois move-ins. With the arrival of students, police advise drivers and pedestrians to get familiar with Urbana laws around campus. From August 18th through the 25th, their Parking Enforcement Division will not enforce restricted areas in the campus district. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim Miller. Let's jump to our weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you that they've got their back-to-school hours on the pool. I experienced the Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center yesterday. It was terrific. Also, the Fresh Teen Hangout Zone is coming up at the end of the week. Details at urbanaparks.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for you. Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Very pleasant spell of weather here over the past weekend. It continues on for the work week this week, and we get into summertime again here over the weekend, and it's a late season style of heat wave weather conditions to build in by Sunday and into a good part of next week. A little, if any, organized rain over the next 7 to 10 days for openers as well. So that moisture last week is going to have to hold for a while. Mostly sunny, pleasant weather for the day today on this Monday afternoon. Temperatures with a gusty north wind to about 77. Could be a sprinkle up north towards the south end of Lake Michigan, parts of northwest Indiana, and south and west of Champaign, Urbana later this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening. 55 diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow. Sunny and 75 with a light northeast wind. Cool for the season with upper 40s tomorrow night. Sunny and 77. The outlook for the day on Wednesday. 78 on Thursday. But then comes Friday at 86, 88 Saturday, 91 Sunday, lower 90s early next week. Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Love calzones? Jet's Pizza in Champaign is offering their calzone style boats for just $8.99. Available online only at jetspizza.com with code C1. All of their boats typically feed 2 people. Just apply coupon code C1 at checkout to take advantage of the deal. Your deli boat of choice or one-topping jet boat for $8.99. Pickup or delivery. Jets. Better because it has to be.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Solar companies are on the rise, here today and gone tomorrow. Rector Solar and Roofing family roots back 4 generations, living and working in Central Illinois, with the goal to take the confusion out of replacing a roof or adding solar panels to your home or business. With all the incentives and rebates now available, solar is more affordable than ever. Let a knowledgeable representative take the worry and guesswork out of solar and get a free quote. Discover the Rector Factor for solar. Call 217-281-7000 or visit rectorsolar.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Who were the Illini Indians, also known as Illiniwek?
In the 1600s, when American Indians first came into contact with Europeans in the Great Lakes region, 2 Native American ethnic groups inhabited the land that would eventually become the state of Illinois. The Illinois Confederation and the Miami Tribe. The first group, known to French explorers and missionaries as the Illinois or Illiniwek Indians, was a confederation of 12 tribes that occupied a large section of the central Mississippi River Valley, including most of what is today Illinois.
Clips from In Their Honor.
Group,
Tony Henson put this documentary together. You're going to learn a lot here if you go watch that. I think it'll enlighten a whole bunch of us about the history of the whole thing. So what do you want? What does your group want Illinois to do with the chief?
Well, the students and I guess some of the faculty have come up with this kingfisher.
It's just a bird.
The bird. And so I guess it would be...
Are they serious?
They're very serious. This would be the fans/alumni proposal, because this accurately represents the Fighting Illini. What it actually it came from somewhere, and their own archives tell you where it came from. And we should be honoring veterans and our native Illini tribe, and that is what this proposal is. The actual performance that we do to the 3-in-1, I call it the Unity Celebration, where we bring in students to raise flags of their native homeland, while you have veterans out there and you have authentic Native American singers and dancers. Everything comes together.
So it wouldn't be the single chief anymore. It'd be a whole celebration, 15 minutes long, 10 minutes long, whatever.
Yeah, when we did it, we had like 2 male fancy dancers and a female jingle dancer. It can be any combination, but we had an authentic drum beat in cadence with what happens during the 3-in-1, because, like I said, the March of the Illini was composed with a tom-tom drum beat to acknowledge the Native American heritage already on campus, and that heritage was about the Illini tribe.
Okay, so what is your vision? I mean, and how soon? What kind of urgency is there to this?
Well, this is the 100-year anniversary of Memorial Stadium. And the battle cry of the stadium campaign was build this stadium for Fighting Illini. So let's define what Fighting Illini is and then represent it. A kingfisher bird has nothing to do with Fighting Illini.
But it goes away. See, they don't want it to come back. They don't want to deal with the protests. They just don't.
Who's they?
The administration.
Well,
the state of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. I mean, if you have a bunch of liberals running stuff like we have in our state politically,
that same dynamic, because people say, well, why does Florida State get to have Chief Osceola and the Utah Utes? I talked to a vice president at the University of Utah, and he said that out of a campus of 30,000, not to mention all the hundreds of thousands of alumni and fans, I said, how many are opposed to it? He said, less than 100. And I said, who comprises that 100? Well, it's the mostly white faculty and the Native American students on campus. Same dynamic at Florida State, same dynamic at the University of Illinois. The difference is they do not let that really fringe minority ruin things for the other 99.99%, and Illinois does.
Isn't that a trend now, Tony? I mean, that's what's been going on in our world today. Men can have babies. They can play on girls' basketball. This is the expansion of ridiculous, non-common sense kind of direction.
And this is the inevitable pendulum swinging back.
Okay. What can people do? How do they find you? How do they see the documentary? What do you want them to do?
They can go to our website, nagaeducation.org. Just scroll down a little bit on the homepage. You'll see the videos. It's the first video on that. Watch that. And then I would say send an email to Josh Whitman, send an email to the chancellor and say, whether you're a student, an alumni, or just a fan, my voice should be heard. It shouldn't just be that little radical fringe, the people that they asked to come to the games, the people that they asked to donate money and to buy the merchandise. They should be who they listen to and not just this little radical fringe minority.
Tony Hansen, a lot of passion. How can people find the website again?
nagaeducation.org.
And NAGA stands for?
Native American Guardians Association.
Well, listen, appreciate your efforts and your passion. Majority of the people would love to see Chief or some celebration that honors the American Indian.
I agree.
And certainly lost in a whole lot of that as a World War I veteran. I mean, the people why it was built, Memorial Stadium for the World War I soldiers that died.
They should be honoring war veterans regularly.
Yeah,
They should be honoring, likewise, our Illini tribe.
Well, and I just went to the website that you're talking about, that nagaeducation.org, and you have a tab more that talks about preserving Native legacy, maybe working with partnering with different school programs, things like this. Really good ideas, Tony.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
We fight for Native American education and also to have our representation remain in sports and the mainstream, and that's where 90% of Native Americans are at.
I remember in a chapter in the 90s of working with you, Stevie, at a different location, and had a Hometown Heroes program. Our promotions director, Jim Manley, would work with the different schools, and we'd do different assemblies, and this would be part of it. If Chief Illini could come in and teach about some of the legacy of Native Americans and do a little thing. And I tell you what, it was riveting to see those kids just captivated with this and learning so much.
Yeah, that's a big part of what we do.
The NCAA can get my attention when they ban the Seminole. Okay, that's where I'm leaving it. Come on, man.
Right, it's
ridiculous. Tony Henson, thanks for coming in, friend.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks. You can go watch In Their Honor documentary. You'll learn a lot. Great history. It's a 32-minute documentary. It's well done. 7:43, all about speaking of the pendulum, all about the DNC in Chicago coming up.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
All righty, we jump to some morning sports. Diane has the pleasure.
Well, I guess we had the LA Dodgers win 2-1 over St. Louis. Did they take the series?
Yeah. Cardinals won Saturday, but they lost 7-6 Friday. Cardinals won 5-2 Saturday and lost, what was it, 2-1, whatever it was? Yeah, close game. They've been very good baseball games. It just isn't there, folks. Just isn't there.
Right. And Toronto beat the Cubs yesterday 2-0, but that was the only game of the series that they won.
Cardinals have like 21 games coming up against winning teams.
Okay.
Cubs have 19 games coming up against losing teams.
Okay.
So I would listen.
Strength of schedule stuff at the end.
Everything is so bundled up. It wouldn't shock me if the Cardinals finished last in the Central the way the schedule lines out. But again, does it matter if you're not going to make the playoffs? So
True.
I don't know. Yeah.
So we also had Houston over the Chicago White Sox 2-0. They've got San Francisco tonight at 8:45. For the Cubs, it'll be tomorrow 7:05 start against Detroit, and our St. Louis Cardinals here on ESPN 93.5 face the Milwaukee Brewers with a 5:45 start. So when it comes to the standings, do you know where we're at on that then, or?
Like 11 games out.
Okay,
it's over.
I see.
They don't have the it. We've always had the Albert Pujols or a younger Paul Goldschmidt or Adam Wainwright or Yadier Molina. No leader like that exists on the Cardinals right now. Yadier Molina wasn't going to allow you to do anything but win.
Yeah.
When he left, the thing fell apart. Period. Okay. That's really where you can track it. Yadier Molina was a manager on the field, and when he left, it ended. They went 71-91 or whatever it was, and this year they're subpar. And if they go under 500, and it looks like they will, the Cardinals, for the first time since 1958, have had 2 losing seasons in a row. It just doesn't happen. The Cardinal fans aren't going to take it, and that's tough for the DeWitt family because what do? Got a completely clean house? Everybody goes? How's that work? It's not that easy.
I see.
Not that easy.
NFL preseason had Denver over Green Bay 27-2, and San Francisco over New Orleans 16-10. Of course, we've got the Chicago Bears, and actually people have been talking about Thanksgiving because Illinois versus Arkansas will be something that you're taking note of in Kansas City with a 3 o'clock start on that game. And, of course, Illinois football being talked about because we're 10 days away from Illinois versus EIU with an 8 p.m. start on Thursday, August 29th. Go Illini!
Yep, all right. And, again, Patrick Mahomes threw a pass behind his back to Travis Kelce. Yeah, he did. Nobody can win 3 Super Bowls in a row except Kansas City.
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. The guy goes, he's running to the right, and he flips it like a basketball around. And what they do is they come up with plays, and then they go to their coach. They say, "Can we run this, Coach Reed?" And he says, "Yeah, I want you to."
Okay.
So he flips it behind their back. It worked. It was a good play.
Man.
And so if you're a defensive guy, now he can't just throw the football like normal people. He can flip it behind his back. It's just, come on, man. Really?
Awesome.
Anyway, it's Patrick Mahomes and the Bears had a chance to draft him, by the way. Didn't take him.
Yeah, I had heard that before.
Our talent evaluation room need to be studied after that. It's hard to tell. There's stories like that all over. Michael Jordan was picked, 3rd instead of 1st, that kind of stuff. So, all right. So it is 7:48. Okay, the Democratic National Convention in Chicago goes on until Thursday when Kamala Harris will accept the nomination as the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. And there's a whole lot out there about what they believe and what they've said in the past. And, well, what they're not saying that anymore. They're not saying that anymore. Kamala still has not done a press conference. I think when you are this way and now you're this way, how do you answer a question about what happened with your evolution? Now you're for fracking. Now you're for the border, closing it. Now you're for all this because we have video of you saying the border's secure. Was it? Or it wasn't. I mean, when you get bundled up in a bunch of different directions, it's very hard to cap it off with good answers because you can say, wait a minute, you said that. No, you said this, and I got video. I mean, the amazing age of the video. Back in the day, you could have a newspaper reporter way back when say, well, we reported, well, that was wrong, and nobody hear about it for a week anyway. Now it's instantaneous. All of your words come back, and now you just say, well, that's not true. I've evolved. I've learned because I've been in the White House and I understand.
But so many people, Stevie, and now there's this new image of Kamala with forward underneath her. They're looking forward. They're not looking backwards at some of these things. I read something about a third of the people consume their news on TikTok.
Well, then a third of the people will vote for Kamala. I mean, it's all right. If she's president, she's president. We'll have to figure it out. But I'm just telling you, the policies that are in place today are not working, particularly for the middle class that are paying so much more for everything. So if you want the same and maybe more, because she's talking about 70, 80, 90% of your tax dollar is going to come from your paycheck. Can you imagine paying 70 or 80% of your money you earn going to the government? Chances are most wouldn't like that until it happens, because they're going to provide all your health care. They're going to do all that for you. And would you like to have a government-run health care?
No.
Why?
Because I know other systems that they've run did not work very well.
Well, just show me an example of where it's been great. Todd Furness, who's kind of into this healthcare thing, he said Singapore is pretty close, but here's what happens in Singapore. Okay? Everybody's got healthcare. But if you're not at the gym, you got a Tim Walz hotline you can call to tell the people that they didn't go to the gym today. And in Singapore, you don't really see much presence of police, but there's cameras everywhere. You need to go to the gym or you're going to pay more.
I see.
That's how that works. Now, if we're comfortable with that, with everybody saying, get off the couch and go to the gym or I'm going to charge you more, because we got cameras and your neighbor told us. You didn't leave the house. Did you? Because I'll send the police if you're lying.
Huh.
You want that? Listen, you can say fear, you can say, but the facts are the facts. Policies now aren't working. It's not working on the border. It's not working with crime. It's not working humiliating our police and degrading them. This doesn't work. So if we want to extend play like a pinball game, that's fine. But man, I'd examine very carefully what you're voting for.
Democratic National Convention kicking off today, and according to officials, will focus on the accomplishments of this administration and how Harris administration will look.
What are the accomplishments?
To continue Biden's work.
No, she doesn't want to continue Biden's work.
I mean, that's supposedly the theme for the people today.
That's fine, but she's distancing herself from Joe Biden. What in the spacecraft works? I'm very serious. Name one. Is it the border? You can't say it's a border.
No.
What about inflation? How's that gone? How have prices at the grocery store? How's crime been? When we allow people to steal up to $1,000 without prosecution, does that work pretty well? Going in, looting, smashing grabs, respect for police, respect for ICE. What is working to where you're going, man, give me some more of that? It's not. And it's very difficult to have an intelligent conversation by saying, gosh, all these policies have been great for America. We're $35 trillion in debt. Well, Trump did that. Trump had $3.3 trillion in deficit spending. COVID caused a lot of that with all the incentives, the PPP, all the things that they tried to keep things afloat. Joe Biden in 3 years has gone $6.6 trillion in the hole. It's the wrong way. You can't keep printing money. When you print a lot of something, it's not as valuable. It isn't. That causes inflation. We got to control the spending. And nobody's really been doing a very good job of that. I remember when Barack Obama ran against in 2008 saying how irresponsible it was for George Bush to rack up $4 trillion in deficit spending in 8 years. Bill Clinton, Newt Gingrich, Republican, Democrat. Newt was the Republican Speaker of the House, and Bill Clinton. We were no deficit in late 90s. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Right.
And now what? We've got problems. And so I don't think the policies, just talk policy. Forget about personalities, bad tweets and Trump being Trump and Kamala's a communist, whatever. Name call all you want. It's not, the policies don't work. So you have to change course or you get more of it and then some. So if you think it's ridiculous, some of the things we're talking about, that's the policy that's been allowed into this conversation. And yet they're calling her Killer Kamala in Chicago. The radical left to the fourth degree, because she doesn't want the Jewish people to go away and be extinct. She's a radical. She must be called Killer Kamala.
I'm just hoping for safety and praying for all of that up in the Windy City for sure.
You bet. 100,000 descending. They need more National Guard. I'll tell you that right now if there's any violence at all.
250 now on the troops.
250 National Guard, 1,700 police officers against 1,000 protesters. Maybe that number's way off. I don't know. Hard to predict that stuff. Let's check weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit kramersiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign and Panhandle Saturday. Gorgeous weather over the past weekend gets extended through all of this work week across Central Illinois, the Twin Cities, and our part of the Corn Belt at large. Pleasant temperatures by day, a bit on the cool side at night. No need to worry. Still lots of summertime on the weather maps and charts, with heat building in over the weekend and a heat wave weather pattern late season style due in by early next week. For the day-to-day, mostly sunny skies, pleasant weather, 77, maybe a couple of darker clouds. Could actually have a sprinkle in some parts of the area to the west and south of Champaign this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening. Lows to 55, diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow. Sunny and 75. We'll settle into the upper 40s tomorrow night, up to 77, and a sun-filled Wednesday. Thursday, sunny and 78. Much warmer Friday, up into the middle 80s. 88 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday, lower 90s for the beginning part of next week, and a dry weather pattern that takes us at least into the middle part of next week, too. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Greg Solgay.
Okay, so we do have a Stever, my friends. It is from Interstate Battery. Mark Martinez is the best battery man in the world.
Yes, he is.
Number one. I went in there with some backup battery equipment that we have at the radio station. And when a battery is bad, it starts swelling and cracking. So sometimes it's hard to get them in and out.
I see.
Mark grabbed that thing, which is very heavy, and just wrestled with it and got it out, got me a new one, put it in, good as new. So if you need a battery, fantastic. Because they got them all, or they can get them all.
And he can test your vehicle to make sure you need the battery.
Yeah.
In fact, he almost tried to talk you out of getting one.
He did talk me out of getting one. He went 2 days trying to charge it in different ways, and then he discovered it had a warranty, so I never paid a dime.
Okay.
He went 3 days, and he looked at me and said, that's why my customers come back.
That's right.
Mark Martinez, Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. I'm buying you a car, truck, or van battery today.
Nice.
It's a $150 voucher. And I guess theoretically you go buy $150 in AA batteries if you want them. But this is specifically if you want for your car, truck, or van. If you haven't had a new battery in 4 years, you need one.
Right.
So it's a $150 voucher at Interstate Batteries. It's up on GoStever.com. You can go register and get in that way.
And once you are one of the chosen ones, you'll be heading to 2504 North Mattis in Champaign, over by the high school of St. Thomas More.
All right, so 217-359-2255. If you want to text battery, you can, or go to GoStever.com. Either way, we'll get you in, and you get an email tonight after 8 if you're a winner. It's Interstate Battery, outrageously dependable. I'm buying today. I'm buying you a vehicle battery.
Nice.
I'm paying the whole thing. All right, so GoStever.com, GoStever.com. It is Monday. It is August 19. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. The news coming up next at 7:58.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today, family-owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's President Biden's night. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He'll speak on the first day of the Democratic Convention, weeks after dropping out of the race, supporting Vice President Harris, who will accept the nomination Thursday.
So this is effectively a big show to say that a new leader is taking the stage with the president's blessing and all is good.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich also reports from Chicago.
We're getting a better sense of how Harris is using this convention, and it's shaping up to have a message that's light on policy and heavy on vibes, that it's time to unite and take the fight to Trump.
The former president and his running mate J.D. Vance plan to campaign this week in battleground states to counter the Democrats' message. There'll be a Trump rally this afternoon in York, Pennsylvania. Back to Chicago, there will be a lot of anti-war demonstrations, angry at the Biden administration's support of Israel and Gaza.
There's going to be more than 200 groups protesting, many of them pro-Palestinian protesters, and there are concerns among some analysts that among the extreme groups there could be an attempt to grab attention away through confrontation from the convention.
Fox's Steve Harrigan. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in Israel pushing a ceasefire for Gaza.
This is a decisive moment, probably the best, maybe the last opportunity to get the hostages home.
Hamas has rejected the latest peace offer, blaming Israel for changing the terms. Before the Biden speech tonight, House Republicans released their report this morning in their impeachment inquiry, alleging the president defrauded the U.S. and abused his power as vice president to help enrich his family.
These accusations against the Bidens are wide-ranging. The report says, quote, several witnesses testified that Hunter Biden invoked his father in business dealings with Romanian, Chinese, Kazakhstani, and Ukrainian companies, resulting in millions of dollars flowing to the Biden family.
That's Fox's Brooks Singman. Now, President Biden's denied any wrongdoing. Democrats have called this inquiry a sham and a political stunt. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
There are searches for missing people here and overseas. First to Connecticut, where two people were swept away with a car in Oxford when a road turned into a rushing river after heavy rain.
Flash flooding in parts of southern Connecticut late Sunday left roads, bridges, and homes damaged and people trapped. This man in Southbury watched a raging flood carry his pickup truck 1,000 feet.
The rush of water was so strong, it took out this dam. It took down my barn. It appears it was probably about 6 feet deep with water coming right down the road.
Certain spots in Connecticut took on about 10 inches of rain within several hours. Some commuter trains to New York City are suspended due to impassable tracks. Eben Brown, Fox News.
Now, the other search is being conducted by the Italian Coast Guard after a yacht sank.
The 184-foot super yacht Basian was sunk by bad weather near the Italian island of Sicily. According to Italy's Coast Guard, the storm was unexpectedly violent. On board, 12 passengers and a crew of 10 American, British and Canadian nationalities represented. Initially, 15 people were rescued, including a 1-year-old child. A man's body was found outside the wreckage. The yacht is now thought to be more than 150 feet below the surface. Divers are searching the scene. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Ukrainian troops have taken out another bridge in Russia's Kursk region as they continue to move deeper, taking over territory in a counter-invasion, trying to cut off supply lines to Russian forces
who at the same time continue to also take over areas inside Ukraine. In the city of Pokrovsk today, Ukrainian authorities ordered families to evacuate as Russian troops close in. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising a bit after the big gains last week, the biggest all year for the S&P 500, up almost 4%. The Dow rose more than 5%. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. City of Urbana and Urbana police are offering leniency in some parking enforcement within University of Illinois move-ins. With the arrival of students, police advise drivers and pedestrians to get familiar with Urbana laws around campus. From 6A on August 18th through the 25th, their parking enforcement division will not enforce restricted areas of the campus district. Well, the family of Sonja Massey and their attorneys pushing for legislation that would strengthen Illinois Safety Act. That legislation would create a national database for police officers that would include infractions like DUIs, the measure designed to prevent the hiring of officers like former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson, who's charged in Massey's murder. Illinois is awarding more than $5 million in loans to licensed social equity cannabis dispensaries. Through the program, 23 qualified licensed social equity dispensaries are receiving $240,000 direct forgivable loans financed by the state of Illinois. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim, and good morning, friends. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
This is meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC. Not bad. August 19, football a week from Thursday night at Memorial Stadium with the Illini in Eastern Illinois. Man, it's on. It's here, man.
That's right.
It's on.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, and we can sneak peek those weather maps and charts, and I do believe at least the readings during the daytime hours will have climbed well into the 80s, even maybe in some spots. And as we update things close to the 90-degree mark, so anticipate from this vantage point here a very warm, almost midsummer type evening over at Memorial Stadium, maybe somewhere in the low 80s, maybe even middle 80s at kickoff temperatures would be the early estimate on that. So dress and hydrate accordingly. In the meantime, beautiful morning underway. A little cloudiness as you get down south and southeast of maybe Vermilion County on the Illinois side. Little knot of clouds out towards the upper Illinois. Those might generate a sprinkle south of Champaign. Otherwise, a fair amount of sunshine, quiet weather pattern this week. Heat for the weekend. Again, hot and humid weather to get the crop to maturity here scheduled for next week, and certainly beyond on our longer range weather maps and charts. 63 at Willard and Savoy right now. Forecast high for the day today. About 77. Yeah, a few degrees below average, but that will change. Sunshine and a north breeze. Tonight, clear, comfy, 55. In the mid-70s tomorrow, upper 70s on Wednesday. We'll actually be in the upper 40s here for temperatures to start the day off on Wednesday. Then a warm-up from the upper 70s on Thursday to 86 on Friday, 88 Saturday for the big celebration, and low 90s are with us. There's some mid to late summertime heat and humidity for Sunday and through the better part of next week, too. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Well, he is a healthcare thought leader and the author of the book, The 60% Solution, Rethinking Healthcare. Todd Furness, how are you?
I am doing dandy. How the heck are you?
Good to have you back on the program. All right, so where are we in America with healthcare? Are we going to have enough Medicare money, and we have enough plans out there to satisfy? Or are we going to go to single payer someday, like the vice president is suggesting?
Oh my gosh, I certainly hope not. It's a recipe for disaster, but that's what she's signaling she wants to do, and she's on record as having said that she wants to do that, and it just spells bad trouble for the American healthcare system.
Why does it?
Well, it's going to lead to essentially an establishment of a fixed price for the delivery of healthcare. It's going to establish limitations on availability of supply of doctors and nurses and healthcare distributed across the country. We're already seeing some of that. And it's going to lead to a singular view of how healthcare can be delivered in a way that also compromises innovation and, to some extent, common sense. So, for example, we're seeing right now that, well, let me just start. Medicare, for example, was started at a time when, in 1965, it was launched. The prediction was it was going to cost the United States taxpayer $12 billion. $12 billion in its entirety. In 2022, according to Health and Human Services, it was just under $1 trillion.
I'm not
So
sure.
as we age as a population, that means that we're going to have our expenses are going to go up. Now, that also means that the good folks at HHS get to establish what prices are, but they're going to pay for Medicare services that are paid for by Medicare dollars. Well, those prices are fixed, but they have no real reference whatsoever to costs. So if you look at costs today, salaries, wages, and benefits are going up. Medical costs in terms of supplies and prescription drugs are going up. Insurance is going up for property and casualty insurance. You add it all up, prices are going up for the costs, and yet the price that the hospitals and the doctors are being paid is staying flat or even being reduced. We're expecting in some of our institutions down here in Texas a 2% decrease in reimbursement rates. So if costs go up by 5 to 7% or more, and reimbursement rates or the amounts that you're paid by Medicare are going down by 2%, that doesn't lead to a good conclusion.
Are we going to have shortages? We're not going to have doctors or specialists or anything else. And tell me this, Todd Furness, on the Tapman's Towing phone line. This has been tried before. Tell me what the model is where it has worked.
The closest example, it's never worked. The closest example to it's working, I would suggest to you, is Singapore. Now, if we go down the route to the Singapore employees, it will be a fascinating hue and cry, because my favorite example of this is the cab driver who was speaking to the author on the book about the Singaporean system. And he said, the author said to the cab driver, "How do you like your system?" And the cab driver says, "I hate it." And the author says, "Why is that?" And he says, "Because if I don't go to the gym, then that news gets back to the healthcare agency and they increase my prices."
Well, I kind of like that.
Can you imagine?
You got to get off the couch and do something, I guess. Is it impossible for us to devise a healthcare that rewards people that work at being fit?
Ideally, that's what should occur, in that and to some extent it does occur, meaning that your healthcare costs necessarily go down if you lead a healthier lifestyle, right? So we have a problem with obesity in the United States. It's unparalleled in human history. And if you lead a healthy lifestyle, then you don't need insulin. You don't need all of the medical care that goes along with diabetes. You don't need to refresh your wardrobe because you gained weight so much all the time. In essence, your total life care costs go down if you lead a healthy lifestyle.
And the creepy story, of course, is that everybody in Singapore knows your business and tattletales and all those other things. And,
exactly.
And the hotlines that Tim Wall set up in Minnesota, by the way, those are hotlines too if you're not wearing a mask. I don't know what, Todd, give me something with hope here before I let you go regarding healthcare in America.
Well, I think that the people who are concerned about this, and in a strange way, social media is helping, because social media is allowing the message to get out that, hey, what you're being told to do is not productive, it's not healthy, it's not good for you. I mean, like the whole thing about masks, Deborah Birx came out and admitted, as did Fauci, that masks were a complete out-of-the-air grab that had no anchor in reality or scientific research. The idea around 6-foot distancing, complete fabrication, no scientific research. But you haven't seen any expression of recalcitrance or remorse by the policymakers and these people who are in power to say something different. I mean, right now the big news is everybody wants to give their infant child a hepatitis B vaccination. Well, that's lunacy. Why would you give your infant child just born a hepatitis B vaccination when the only way you can get hepatitis B is through dirty needles and sex? How many one-day-olds are doing either of those two things?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. But at least social media is bringing some of these issues to the attention.
Todd Furness, FURNISS, the 60% Solution. How can people connect with you?
Anyway, well, actually, I've got a website, which is the 60percentsolution.com or toddfurnace.com, or any of those models work.
Listen, thanks for your time today, Todd. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, sports headlines.
LA Dodgers over St. Louis 2-1. Next up for our Cardinals will be Milwaukee, and that's at 5:45 tomorrow for the first pitch here on ESPN 93.5.
First pitch?
5:45 tomorrow.
Wonder why so early. Maybe national TV. I don't know. Anyway, it's in St. Louis, so I thought it would be a little later. Anyway, 5:45. Cardinals have to sweep, have to win all three to even make a ripple. I tell you what, I think the manager of the year is the guy at Milwaukee. Took over for the highly touted Craig Counsell, who went to Chicago to coach the Cubs, manage the Cubs. Pat Murphy at Milwaukee, time to give him his due. He's manager of the year, man. Unbelievable.
Okay.
They just swept Cleveland.
It's 6:35 first pitch.
Okay.
And
5:45 is pregame.
Yes,
or 5:40.
that's what I heard on the Redbird recap.
Okay, right.
So
All right.
that's when they start the pregame.
All right, just win. Give me 3.
Yes.
Give me some hope here.
And while I had the schedule here, so it's the Milwaukee Brewers, and then, like you mentioned earlier, the strength of schedule.
Yeah, we play a lot of good teams.
So
that's right. We got Illinois football week from Thursday.
Yes, we do.
Yep. Fantasy drafts coming up. Got season in the NFL starting.
That's right.
Come on.
And, as far as preseason action in the NFL yesterday, Denver over Green Bay 27-2 and San Francisco over New Orleans 16-10. I know people are, picking their players and things like that. So they are kind of paying attention to what's happening.
No, they are. And I guess your good question here, how good will the Chicago Bears be? I mean, they're undefeated, untied in 3 preseason games. They won 27-3 or something over Cincinnati. I mean, it's Caleb Williams. I saw him make a couple plays that were scary good.
Right.
Have the Bears had a quarterback in the last 50 years?
Not really.
Have the Bears had a 4,000-yard passer ever? I mean, this is got to temper it. It is preseason,
right?
But the kid does look like he can play, and we will carry the games on Q96. Chicago Bears radio will live on the radio here. Q96.
So let's say things do go well with negotiations for Soldier Field and where the Chicago Bears play. How does that look? Because I feel like there's a study now.
It's just going to take a long time.
Okay.
And a lot of money. State of Illinois will help, I'm sure.
Right.
So our tax dollars will help that cause.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Well, before you walk down the aisle, Busey suggests setting a solid financial footing. The experts at Busey suggest the following tips for financial intimacy. Will you and your spouse-to-be finances be separate or combined? Couples that tackle money problems together, take responsibility for solving them, will find that their relationship is better for it. Share credit. Make sure each other knows where you've been, what you got. And develop a plan to shoot down existing debt. Always good. And save. I've concluded that in life you should save everything you can, because no matter what you earn or how much you have, you can always spend it in a day. Whether you're just starting out or celebrating your milestone anniversary, Busey can provide you an array of solutions tailored to your specific needs. Keep and manage all your accounts in one place. 5 lines of business: personal, mortgage, business, cash management, and wealth management. Visit Busey.com. Stop by one of their many convenient locations today. Busey, for over 155 years. Member FDIC.
I had talked about the St. Louis Cardinals losing. I know the Cubs and White Sox both lost too, but I know we have the White Sox in action against San Francisco, 8:45 start, and our Cubs tomorrow, 7:05 over on US 105.9 as they take on the Motor City Kitties.
Yep. Okay, and who knows, maybe somebody will get incredibly hot. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals in late August of 2011 were 10 games out of first place and ended up winning the World Series. So there's that.
That's right.
Just 13 years ago. All right, it is 8:18. We'll check Greg's weather next.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
All right, weather brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Kurt Lenschow. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Call them. State Farm Insurance and Kurt Lenschow. It's ESPN 93.5.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for you. Central Illinois, Champaign, and vicinity. Very pleasant spell of weather here over the past weekend. It continues on for the work week this week, and we get into summertime again here over the weekend, and it's a late season style of heat wave weather conditions to build in by Sunday and into a good part of next week. A little of heavy organized rain over the next 7 to 10 days for openers as well, so that moisture last week is going to have to hold for a while. Mostly sunny, pleasant weather for the day-to-day on this Monday afternoon. Temperatures with a gusty north wind to about 77. Could be a sprinkle up north towards the south end of Lake Michigan, parts of northwest Indiana, and south and west of Champaign, Urbana later this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening. 55 diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow. Sunny and 75 with a light northeast wind. Cool for the season with upper 40s tomorrow night. Sunny and 77. The outlook for the day on Wednesday, 78 on Thursday. But then comes Friday at 86, 88 Saturday, 91 Sunday, lower 90s early next week. Stevie Jay broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Susan Lee, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Advanced Micro Devices is making another move to step up its artificial intelligence business so it can compete with NVIDIA. AMD will pay nearly $5 billion to buy New Jersey-based ZT Systems, a company that makes systems, servers, and other infrastructure for data centers. Estee Lauder's longtime CEO Fabrizio Frida will step down next year, though he's agreed to be available to advise the company. Estee Lauder is now looking for his replacement. The beauty company's lowering sales expectations for the year because of weaker business in China, but it predicts it will make important strides this year in response to a more competitive market. 7-Eleven's parent company 7 & I has received a takeover offer from Canadian-based convenience store company Couche-Tard. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
A slap of the bat, high fives at the plate. They're all celebrated at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill after the game. Super beer specials, great drinks, big screen TVs, and fun food all await you at Pia's. Whether it be Pia's delicious wings, the big pork tenderloin, or Pia's famous Grand Slam or Slugger Burger, you'll find all your favorites available until 11 p.m. Chill out at Pia's in the beer garden and enjoy being served by a great staff. See you at Pia's, Springfield and Mattis, Champaign.
All right, 822, Women of Distinction.
Well, Diamonds,
Desserts, and Distinction. Diane will host this Thursday night for the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. Stacy Lefebvre, you got the best MC going. You got it going on. You got Shauna Green. I'm a big fan of her. And last time we had her on the air, remember I signed her till 2052.
I'm glad you locked her in,
Yeah, I locked her into 2052, Stacy, so good shape there.
Well, we signed her to 2024 on a one-year deal.
Right,
We're excited.
Tell people what the night's going to look like.
The night's going to look like it has for the past 7 years of this iteration of Diamonds, Desserts, and Distinction. For 32 years, we've honored women of distinction in our community. So carrying on the history of that tradition, and this year it is indeed Illini coach Shauna Green. So near the end of the evening, programmatically, that's when we'll honor her. But leading up to that, a lot of fun and energy in the room of sampling the Girl Scout cookie-inspired desserts, from area chefs, voting for your favorite, judges panel voting for theirs, those awards also near the evening. And then the Diamonds part is our Friends of Flora Gems, who surprise wall that everyone walks away an instant winner, but everyone is also entered into the grand prize drawing of a $1,000 gift card, a $500 gift card, one of 8 $100 gift cards. Also, again, like I said, various Insta prizes besides at the very least. Everyone walks away with something. And Coach Green has graciously autographed a basketball that will also be giving away through the raffle. So it is, again, lots of fun, energy, and a very significant night to showcase someone like Coach Green, as we've had the previous 31 years, of these women who serve as role models for Girl Scouts and our entire community, that they set that example of what it means to show that courage, confidence, and character, and make the world a better place.
Stacy Lefebvre, thanks so much for all you do for the Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. What does it look like these days? I know it seems like we've pivoted towards STEAM or STEM these days as far as what the Girl Scouts are learning when they get their badges.
STEM and STEAM very much has always been a part of the leadership development program, the Girl Scout Leadership Experience. Girl Scouts has been doing since 1912, a safe space for girls to find their voice and use it for themselves and as well as others, to get those tools, whether it is science, technology, engineering, and math, or the arts, healthy living, self-esteem, body image, peer pressure, just showing how to do right and good, giving back to one's community. That is all evidenced in our programs to, again, provide those tools for girls to take with them for a lifetime, whether they're in it for a year, all 12 years, when they can't get to the traditional troop experience. We bring Girl Scouting to girls through schools and social agencies, a 6 to 8 week curriculum. So yeah, they're earning badges, they're earning fun patches, they're seeing people like Coach Green and their troop leaders and other strong women that are out there showing them, steering them toward their way to become the leaders they are meant to be. And that's why, again, for 112 years, this is what it's been about for our organization, to be exactly that safe space for them to become strong, independent women.
It was so instrumental for me. And my mom, Betty Ducey, was my troop leader, and the neighbors. I remember getting the cooking patch and going over to the neighbors and learning how to, make spaghetti and brownies and a whole meal. And the financial literacy part of it was I was trying to sell my Girl Scout cookies, and I had my wagon full, and I'd go around the neighborhood. I know that has a different look these days, but still, for girls to be able to earn their chance to maybe get a free summer camp experience, back in my day, it was in Gilman's Camp Waha Naha. I went like 5 years in a row, and my last camp was a horse camp where I was on horses for a couple of weeks. It was incredible, Stacy.
And you got it. And yes, people remember us over those 112 years for our cookies and crafts and camp. That is still very steeped in our tradition and our contemporary program of the courage, confidence, and character. And that's just it. The cookie program is a program. There's a purpose to it, that they're learning these 5 invaluable skills to take with them throughout their entire lives. And they're also, again, being self-reliant and resourceful, that you are earning what we call cookie dough that they apply toward that STEM event that they do want to attend, that horse camp that they want to attend at our destination camp, Camp Tapawingo over in Metamora, to go to Camp Kiwanis for water week and a field trip, or just whatever it is, that there's that empowerment. That's the point. That we're empowering these girls to make the decisions for themselves and learn these invaluable tools that they take with them for the rest of their life.
All sounds.
Just look at you. Look at you.
How about you?
Yeah.
And Coach Shauna Green. I mean, she must have been a Girl Scout back in the day, huh?
Yeah, whether that's never a requirement. That's not what it's all about when it comes to being a woman of distinction. It's just a matter of, more than likely, the odds are that you throw a dart, you're going to hit someone that was indeed a Girl Scout, because it means a lot to girls carrying on that tradition, just like your mom being your leader, and then it usually continues legacy-wise through families. And it's not simply the traditional, the way that it was back in your day or my day or our parents' days and what have you, that, the girl dads that are out there and showing up at our annual mud run, and going through all of the obstacles with their daughter, and showing that it takes all of us to be those mentors and those positive role models for girls, to see where they want the world to be when they're the next generation of leaders, and how they're going to lead it and take us on to the deepest part of the 21st century and beyond that. It's going to be another 100 years that Girl Scouts is around, and making that difference in the lives of girls.
Love it.
Diane will still be hosting. She'll be there. Stacey,
she could be. She's
could
an
be.
Energizer Bunny.
Love it. I
Yeah.
think she should host. She should host and be the woman of distinction.
I don't know about all that.
Come on, everybody.
Diamonds, Desserts, and Distinction. It's coming to City View on top of the Illinois Terminal on Thursday evening. Can people still get a ticket, Stacy?
They can indeed, and go to getyourgirlpower.org. That's getyourgirlpower.org. See what we did there, and get more information and hit the button to get some tickets, not just one ticket. Bring some friends and family. It's going to be a lovely evening, as it always is, to raise awareness and funds on behalf of Girl Scouts of Central Illinois.
Good stuff.
On behalf of those girls.
Hey.
I'm a steward for them, and I'm so proud that we present this.
Thanks for doing this, Stacy.
Great passion, Stacy. Good work, and hope it's a great night Thursday night. I know it will be.
GetYourGirlPower.org.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Stacy Lefebvre with the Girl Scouts, ESPN 93.5. Break for the news and come right back. A little more on the Democratic National Convention coming up. It's beginning today in Chicago with Joe and Jill Biden will be speaking today. More coming up. It is 8:30 now in Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. President Joe Biden's political swan song tonight at the Chicago Democratic National Convention. Some Democrats predicting tears, but no lingering. Biden heads off for a California vacation before the week's speeches from the Obamas, the Clintons, and nominee Kamala Harris. While 3 GOP House committees issue their impeachment inquiry finding, then VP Biden engaged in impeachable conduct and defrauded the U.S. to enrich his family. $27 million in foreign payments. Next steps uncertain. Donald Trump tapping his son Barron's social media influencer friends to reach Gen Z voters like Bo Loudon, who tells Fox.
I love how Trump's now doing these things like the Spaces with Elon Musk. He's got one tomorrow, I believe. And, the last one reaching 3 billion impressions, 25 million people watching from start to finish, and 74% of viewers.
America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Well, the family of Sonja Massey and their attorneys pushing for legislation that would strengthen Illinois Safety Act. That legislation would create a national database for police officers that would include infractions like DUIs, the measure designed to prevent the hiring of officers like former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson, who's charged in Massey's murder. Illinois is awarding more than $5 million in loans to licensed social equity cannabis dispensaries. Through the program, 23 qualified licensed social equity dispensaries are receiving $240,000 direct forgivable loans financed by the state of Illinois. City of Urbana and Urbana police are offering leniency in some parking enforcements within University of Illinois move-ins. With the arrival of students, police advise drivers and pedestrians to get familiar with Urbana laws around campus. From 6A on August 18th through the 25th, their parking enforcement division will not enforce restricted areas of the campus district. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for you. Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Very pleasant spell of weather here over the past weekend. It continues on for the work week this week, and we get into summertime again here over the weekend, and it's a late season style of heat wave weather conditions to build in by Sunday and into a good part of next week. A little, if any, organized rain over the next 7 to 10 days for openers as well. So that moisture last week is going to have to hold for a while. Mostly sunny, pleasant weather for the day today on this Monday afternoon. Temperatures with a gusty north wind to about 77. Could be a sprinkle up north towards the south end of Lake Michigan, parts of northwest Indiana, and south and west of Champaign, Urbana later this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening. 55 diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow. Sunny and 75 with a light northeast wind. Cool for the season with upper 40s tomorrow night. Sunny and 77. The outlook for the day on Wednesday, 78 on Thursday. But then comes Friday at 86, 88 Saturday, 91 Sunday, lower 90s early next week. Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Urbana Park District invites you to get fit for free. Fitness classes all summer at Meadowbrook Park. Each Saturday, free yoga in the park starting at 9 a.m. On select Saturdays, free Zumba in the park starting at 10:30. And on select Tuesdays, free Tai Chi starting at 6:30 p.m. All classes are at Meadowbrook Park in the Garden Pavilion, and all ages and abilities are welcome. Meet new friends, bring friends to these classes, and enjoy. For details, visit urbanaparks.org.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Do you have great customer service skills and cash handling experience? If so, Prospect Bank could be the place for you. Our Champaign branch is looking for a dedicated, hardworking, friendly employee to join our team. Does working at a dog-friendly bank with great benefits and competitive products and services sound like something for you? Come join me, Jason Bergner, Senior Vice President, and either continue or start your career in banking today. Visit our website at bankprospect.com and click on Careers to apply.
A political strategist, the founder and CEO of Freedoms Fund USA, it's Ashley Smith Thomas in Washington this morning, tracking everything going on in Chicago, the Democratic National Convention. Ashley, what do you know about what's happening?
So this week, the DNC, it kicks off today and ends on Thursday. And according to an Axios report, there's going to be some big speakers that are expected to speak this week. And their theme is around freedom and the fact that history is in our hands. They're pulling two quotes from Biden's speech that he gave withdrawing his candidacy for U.S. president due to some re-election. And those quotes are, history is in your hands and spread the faith. So that's going to be their theme for this convention. So today, the theme is for the people, in which President Biden and Jill Biden are expected to speak, as well as former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. Tomorrow, the theme is a bold vision for America's future, which speakers include former President Obama, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, who's VP Harris's husband, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. On Wednesday, the theme is a fight for our freedoms, which VP nominee Tim Walz, he will deliver his acceptance speech. Other speakers include former President Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. And then lastly, on Thursday, the theme is for our future, in which VP Harris will accept the nomination for president. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens this week in Chicago.
What about 100,000 protesters? Some could be violent. We're praying that doesn't happen. But man, when you're talking about the word 100,000, what? That's a lot.
It is a lot, and I'm glad that you brought that up. You know, people are saying that's almost like history is starting to repeat itself, because in 1968 there was mass protesting and riots taking place during the DNC there in Chicago, and so we're starting to see something very similar. Already, businesses leading up to convention this week are already boarding up all their windows along and these are businesses along the United Center that is nearby, and just basically trying to be preventative in terms of what's expected to be very violent protesting. And really what this protesting is all about is it's going to be the protesters that are pro-Palestine in terms of they are wanting to see the Biden-Harris administration to get a ceasefire done. They want Gaza set free, and they are making their voice known about the Israel-Hamas conflict, in which Hamas attacked Israel back in October of 2023. And so with that, it's led Israel to be attacking Gaza and trying to annihilate Hamas. And so with that being said, a lot of people are taking it as that Israel is attacking Gaza and trying to kill the innocent and annihilate the Palestinian people. And so these protesters are wanting to get the administration to defend the Palestinians. And so right now, by the Biden administration, the Secretary of State, they've been working very hard trying to get a peace deal done between Israel and Hamas, but Hamas has not been showing up for some of these peace deal meetings, and then Iran now is getting involved. So the Biden administration is having a really hard time trying to get that ceasefire in place. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't turn violent, but there is the expectation that it will, especially when we've seen on college campuses all throughout leading up through the spring into the summer this year of all this mass protesting and how aggressive these protesters can get. There's great concern. Also, what I also find interesting is that the whole theme and resounding expectation of the DNC is that there needs to be a lot of enthusiasm and joy. But the question is like, can that actually happen if people are fearful of getting to the convention center? So Secret Service has been working hard. I mean, just like the RNC, they've been planning for this moment for over a year in conjunction with local and state law enforcement. And so I think people at convention can be assured that their safety is priority. But it's those outside that zone that is concerned as to what that's going to look like here this week with the expectation of over 100,000 protesters.
Ashley, how can people find you?
Absolutely. You can find me at freedomsfundusa.org. I'm on social media, particularly Instagram and Facebook, and you can find me at Ashley Smith Thomas, and that is at Ashley Smith Thomas.
All right. Thanks for your time, Ashley. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories.
Hey, could you tell me what aisle your car batteries are in?
Sure, I'll go grab one for you. Here's your battery. It might be expired, but oh well. Also, the brand isn't that great, but it should work for at least a year or two, maybe. Anyways, I went ahead and charged you for it, and here's the battery. Okay, have a great day.
What just happened?
Sometimes good things are hard to find, but they're worth the wait. Make the trip out to Interstate All Battery Center at 2504 North Madison Avenue and get all of your battery needs taken care of by the trusted professionals. Give them a call today at 355-4855. Yep, our Stever program where I give you my money. You spend it today at Interstate Batteries. I'm handing out $150 bills to go get a battery.
I love it.
Car, truck, or van battery, I'm paying for it. If you want an outrageously dependable battery like Mark Martinez has at Interstate Batteries, it's on North Madison as you're headed toward the high school St. Thomas More. Way out there, but worth the drive.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there you go. GoStever.com. You want a free car battery.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I love it.
All you got to do is go to GoStever.com. If you're not registered, you can register and enter. You'll get an email after 8 tonight. If you're one of our winners and you fill out your survey dutifully to tell Mark just how wonderful he is, and he is wonderful, it's Interstate Batteries, GoStever.com.
Well, we've got the LA Dodgers that beat the Cardinals 2-1. Tuesday against Milwaukee. You'll hear the pregame action starting at 5:45. About an hour later, you got the first pitch here on ESPN 93.5. Toronto Blue Jays 2-0 winners over the Cubs yesterday, but the Cubs got 2 out of 3. Next up will be Detroit with a 7:05 start tomorrow over on US 105.9. Houston over the Chicago White Sox 2-0. They've got San Francisco with an 8:45 start. NFL preseason had Denver over Green Bay 27-2. San Francisco over your New Orleans Saints, Stevie, 16-10. New Orleans Saints have a quarterback. I know the Bears are pretty solid with
I
Caleb.
think the Saints are going to trade Derek Carr for Caleb Williams straight up. So
Nuh-uh. Anyway, we're looking at some trending news when it comes to our Illini. The soccer team got their second win yesterday, and we're looking at the name of the game time for Illinois versus Arkansas at 3 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day in Kansas City. So right after the Bears game, sports fans will be wanting to try to work out how that Turkey Day is going to look with all these times coming down the pipe now. Where are we? When are we going to eat?
Well, I don't know because
maybe an evening dinner.
Usually casual. What time's the Illinois game?
At 3.
Yeah, we'll have to eat before then.
But I mean, the Bears are playing.
Well,
you can have just the
Bears,
Bears.
Lions.
Yeah, I know.
You know how Caleb Williams, the new quarterback for the Bears, how he ends all the interviews? I think he says, "Da Bears."
Da Bears.
I think Da Bears.
I love it.
Each
And
and
there
back.
was some Bears Nation looking at Simone Biles coming back and watching her man. Is it Jonathan
Owens?
Yeah,
Something like that. Anyway, she had a Green Bay Packer kind of themed jacket. I don't get it.
It was more of a soldier thing, I thought.
It had Green Bay. It was in kind of a gray looking thing, but you can see
so she hasn't had time to update because he used to be with Green Bay.
there is no excuse for that. I did that in the early days, but I was like really young.
I just thought it was camouflage.
There was clearly a Packer emblem.
Okay.
It was in gray.
Yeah.
But Simone Biles, I did that once in my life, but I was not near as sophisticated and as smart as Simone
With
Biles.
all the followers.
I mean, you just think, well, wait a minute, we kind of work for the Bears now.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to have to buy one at the gate.
Has been busy though.
Yeah, she has people for that. So that was a faux pas.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. All right, 8:45.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign and Pan Am has Saturday. Gorgeous weather over the past weekend gets extended through all of this work week across Central Illinois, the Twin Cities, and our part of the Corn Belt at large. Pleasant temperatures by day, a bit on the cool side at night. No need to worry. Still lots of summertime on the weather maps and charts with heat building in over the weekend and a heat wave weather pattern late season style due in by early next week. For the day-to-day, mostly sunny skies, pleasant weather, 77, maybe a couple of darker clouds. Could actually have a sprinkle in some parts of the area to the west and south of Champaign this afternoon. Otherwise, clearing off this evening, lows to 55, diminishing north wind for the day tomorrow, sunny and 75. We'll settle into the upper 40s tomorrow night, up to 77 and a sun-filled Wednesday. Thursday, sunny and 78. Much warmer Friday, up into the middle 80s. 88 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday, lower 90s for the beginning part of next week, and a dry weather pattern that takes us at least into the middle part of next week, too. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
If you want a hand-cut, perfectly cooked filet, there's only one place to get it. The Long Branch Steakhouse in downtown Gifford. Customers rave about Donnie's fillets. So tender that you can cut it with your fork. Don't go to an ordinary steakhouse. Choose Long Branch and have it your way. Join the many people who know that it's worth the trip. The Long Branch Steakhouse in beautiful downtown Gifford. And remember, there's always room for Long Branch.
Ow! A spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninajunktruck.com.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Airlig Plumbing Solutions. For your kitchen and bath remodels, sump pumps, maintenance plans, and even licensed backflow testing, Airlig has you covered. Your local plumbing contractors for industrial, commercial, and residential jobs can provide plumbing services, repairs, and installs with a quick turnaround by calling or texting 217-722-9499. Send an email with your plumbing issue and contact information to info@airligplumbing.com.
Who's the mayor of Chicago? Brendan Johnson?
Yeah, Jackson?
Johnson? Anyway, he said, no, we allow free speech. I mean, they can't stop the protesting, so you might as well lead the parade. And
Okay.
say, we're all for the expression of, well, that's about what you can say, but I guarantee you the police are a little nervous.
That's right.
They've got people
Brandon
there.
Johnson.
Brandon Johnson. And congratulations, you're the mayor of Chicago.
Oh, boy.
Crime-riddled, 117 shootings over the 4th of July and 17 dead at Chicago right now. Donald Trump said Afghanistan didn't have that. I mean, it's just crazy.
Right.
Okay, so we pray for safety and
For the
peace
Democratic
and-
National Convention
Yeah.
starting today.
We'll see what happens. Joe Biden is speaking, then he's out of town. He ain't sitting there all week
Right.
listening to all this adulations about he should be on Mount Rushmore and all these other things because he stepped down when, in fact, they made him step down.
It's kind of billed as President Joe Biden and Jill. I wonder if she'll be right there with him.
Yeah, she's speaking.
Okay.
And then he'll speak.
Okay. But
And,
not like at the podium together.
No.
Okay.
But she might come out as he leaves to make sure he gets off on the right exit.
Okay.
That kind of thing. So anyway, then I think they're out of there and they'll say, "Hey, we don't want to take any attention away," but they're still not happy. I mean, all reports are saying, disappointed, upset, angry, all these things for being kind of forced out, but it has certainly made it a better race, or has it? Very difficult to determine. A lot of these sampling polls that have Kamala Harris winning is undersampling Republicans. I think the strategy is to make people feel like this is inevitable, she should win, that kind of thing. But I have serious doubts that American people are going to say, boy, we really want to go farther left and keep these policies that are currently in play and extend them and enhance them and get more government control. I just don't believe that. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so I want to shout out to Jackson Buchanan. He's one of the golfers from Mike Small's golf team. He's coming up on his senior season. He made it all the way to the quarterfinals in the U.S. Amateur.
Nice.
If you win that tournament, you go to the Masters. I mean, it's a big deal. And he made the quarterfinals. He lost to an University of Iowa student athlete. And it was really a good match. Went to the final hole. Jackson was down 1, so it was really good. And both got a couple of breaks. I thought the other kid, the Iowa kid, got especially lucky on a couple things. But it was on the Golf Channel. I mean, it was big leagues, man. But, man, it's just hard to fathom how good the college player is these days. I mean, college has been good, but it's gotten to be crazy. Lance Olson over at Champion Country Club used to say, the PGA of today, or the college players today are the old PGA. The college players are like the old PGA. And the pros now are just like off the charts good. It's just gotten so much better. And there's so many more people that can win.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. Whoever can go 10 or from 10 feet in on a putt, whoever goes 56 out of 56, they never miss one in a tournament, they win. It's stunning. How do you make a 10-foot putt 56 times in a row? That's what they do.
Jackson Buchanan, huh?
Jackson Buchanan will be yet another Mike Small product that will earn money playing golf.
I love it.
And we have a lot of kids earning money playing golf from our golf.
Go, Lina.
All right, again, getting ready for tailgating on week from Thursday. We'll be live from Pia's with Lonte and Derek Piper. That'll be on the 28th, the night before.
A week from Wednesday.
3 p.m. rather. We'll get Lonte up at 3 a.m. 3 p.m. in the afternoon, of course, with Derek and Lon to drive. We'll be broadcasting live as we kick off the season ahead of Labor Day weekend. I expect a tremendous crowd from Eastern Illinois. They are ranked second in their division of the conference they're in, and I don't know the conference, but they are picked second, so they're a good football team.
Yeah.
So you don't go to sleep on a team that gets a chance to play up here and knock off the state school.
Exactly.
Easy, guys. Take your $500,000, Tommy, and go home. Tommy Michael's the AD down there.
Right, former Illini basketball player.
Am I understanding Eastern has Alabama on the schedule?
Is that right?
Maybe they're paying more than
Oh, boy.
Alabama?
Whoa.
Okay, don't get hurt.
And keep in mind, Muhammad Music Festival, August 23rd and 24th, presented by Fisher National Bank, is coming our way. They'll open that up on Friday at 5 with the Lions Alcohol Garden with Tito's Lemonade, carbless drinks, and Budweiser. And, of course, all kinds of great performers. A Pearl Jam cover band called Rearview on Friday night. And it'll be Drew Baldridge and Dylan Scott on Saturday night. I'll bring them out on stage representing US 105.9.
Awesome. Okay, and again, Eastern, when they get on the field with Illinois or Alabama, they're going to look the same. I mean, all these guys are 300 pounds. It's stunning.
Okay.
All right, have a good one.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie Jay. We'll meet back on the radio tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
Since 1955, the University of Illinois Police Training Institute has been dedicated to making police officers active, respected members of their community. Using the adult learning model, PTI's curriculum focuses on understanding diverse communities and treating everyone with dignity and respect, going beyond state standards, specializing in Brill Lead training, juvenile officer certification, and LGBTQ ally training. Discover more on Facebook and Instagram or visit pti.illinois.edu.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Jesse with Lands Underground Solutions. Did you know we specialize in underground sewer, water, and drainage pipes? We install and repair the water lines coming in your house or building and the sewer and septic lines leaving your house. From water lines, sewer lines, or drain lines, or even your septic system, Lands Underground has the solution for your problem. Residential, commercial, and industrial, Lands Underground has a solution for you. Lands Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Paul's Machine has served the grain industry for over 40 years. Area farmers need systems to operate at peak efficiency. To get your season startup assistance now with remote and on-site diagnostics and troubleshooting, pre-season preventive maintenance services on dryers, along with sales, installations, repairs, and upgrades, reach out to Paul's Machine. We build solutions. Stay on top of your grain game. Click on Grain in the Capabilities tab at paulsmachine.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. We are a locally owned community bank that has served the area since 1955. Fisher National is rooted in the communities we serve. We pride ourselves on providing financial resources that match or better the mega banks. We are your friends and neighbors who are involved in your communities and take a vested interest in seeing our customers thrive and prosper. Offering a line of rewarding consumer-centric deposits, home mortgages, small business banking, and agricultural lending. There are no compromises banking local with Fisher National. Our convenient online and mobile tools are second to none. We'll work hard to meet your financial needs and earn your trust. Learn more about Fisher National at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Getting more done.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.